MetalTrustRadio.com.
We got the guys from Metal Church on the line. Fellas.
We know a lot of fans have been waiting for this interview all day.
You guys there?
How you folks doing? Metal Church fans.
Yeah, there you are.
This is Mike Howe.
Hey, Mike.
Who else we got on the line?
This is Chuck Flake, drummer for Metal Church.
Oh, nice. What's going on, fellas?
Well, right now we're out in sunny, rainy, miserable Washington State, rehearsing for a couple shows we got coming up this weekend.
Nice. Are you guys doing a headlining tour, or what are you guys doing?
We're doing a couple of headlining shows here, warm-up shows for our impending Monsters of Rock cruise, which is heading out of Miami on Monday the 21st.
I'm going there, guys.
Oh, nice.
I'm going on the boat.
That's
I'm jealous.
That's the Shredders from the Deep tour, right?
That's right.
So why don't you guys give our fans a little bit of history of Metal Church? When was it formed? Where are you guys from? Give them all that good stuff.
Well, Mike, you can go first. Well, Kurt Vanderhoof, who was supposed to be with us here, but he's dealing with some band issues right now, would be the one to address that, but I'll do the best I can. It was formed back in, I believe, '84, and with the original singer, what's his name, Jeff? David Wayne.
Oh, that's great.
David Wayne at the helms, and you know, I think the most famous story about Metal Church is how he came up with the name. And Kurt used to play in a band down in San Francisco, and he would had this old dive of an apartment, and he would invite his friends over on weekends to listen to heavy metal in his apartment. So they dubbed it the Metal Church. So,
oh, nice.
It's been
Nice.
a nice story of where the name came from and how Kurt came up with that. And you know, they were signed on Elektra Records and did 2 records with David Wayne, and then in '88 they parted ways with him, and me, Mike Howe, joined the band, and we put out Blessing the Skies, The Human Factor, and Hanging in the Balance. And then I parted ways in '94, and they carried on with another singer, and maybe Jeff can take it up from there.
well, when the band, I believe in the mid-'90s there, when that Mike just spoke of, when he left the band, the whole thing kind of dissolved for a while. And then through some management and some other requests and maybe a little pressure from some other people here and there, Kurt decided to get back a hold of David Wayne, and that's when he recorded the Masterpiece album, which was the return of David Wayne. I know they did some shows, and I am not familiar with really what went on during that time, but apparently it did not do very well. It was, whether it was, internal band conflicts or just, sometimes things just don't work when you put them back together. They don't fit together again.
The chemistry wasn't
Chemistry,
right.
yeah.
Chemistry.
And then at this point, Kurt, once again, kind of shelved the Metal Church idea, the band, and then several years later, oddly enough, he was looking at another singer for his Presto Ballet project, and he came across Ronnie Monroe. And along with Ronnie Monroe was a bass player that Ronnie was working with, and Ronnie showed real interest in singing the Metal Church stuff. So the band reformed then at that point. The original members, Kurt Vanderhoof and Kirk Harrington, the original drummer, were still in the band. So they recorded a record called Weight of the World. And it got some very good response. They did a bunch of touring. And for me personally, I had run into Kurt years prior, because I've been the drummer for the band Sabotage since 1994. And Kurt had a project just called Vanderhoof, which opened up for Sabotage in Europe on a tour. So
Nice.
me and Kurt kind of hit it off. We got along really well. And so in 1995, I was actually playing in a band with my fellow TSO Trans-Siberian Orchestra guitar mate, Chris Caffrey, and we were opening for Metal Church throughout Europe.
Oh, wow.
And then, like the following year, Kirk Harrington just kind of ran into some health problems, and things were not working out well for Kirk. Unfortunately, he's a good guy and all that. I've known him for a long time, but he needed to step out of the band. And Kurt gave me a call in 2006, and said, "Jeff, what do you think?" And I was like, "Hell yeah!"
Cool.
And we did the light in the dark record. We toured that. We recorded This Present Wasteland, and we recorded Generation Nothing. And each album was received fairly well, but it was just a matter of the music industry has changed so much over the past 20 years. It's literally upside down from what it used to be.
Totally.
And it's difficult. I mean, it's difficult to go out and play. We're not kids. We're not going to go out in the van and live on peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for 2 months.
That's one of my next questions I was going to say. What do you find is the most obstacle now for bands today compared to, back in the old days?
Mike, go ahead.
I assume, and from what I've heard, because I'm new back to the biz, is actually selling units, because in this world of sharing music
digital
online and stealing digitally, that's the biggest obstacle for bands to be able to sell their records and make enough money so they can get out on the road and sell and tour and make a living and survive and continue on to make another record. I think it's really put the hurt on a lot of bands to stay artists.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Starving
Absolutely.
even harder. So I think that's the biggest obstacle.
So you guys are coming to
years
the.
ago,
Go ahead.
years ago, you sold records in order to finance a tour.
Right.
And now you need to somehow get yourself on the road to be able to generate money so you can record a record. So much different now with this digital world and this internet world that we have, and downloading and all of the above has just made it's given the world a bigger window to see and hear all this music and whatever you want. But at the same time, it's just made it so much easier for people to acquire it, illegally or cheaply or whatever.
Right.
And in the long run, it just hurts the artist.
Oh, I agree. I agree totally with that.
So you guys are coming down to the Webster here shortly in Hartford, and I was wondering if maybe you could just give a quick description of what the fans coming to your show are going to be able to see and hear.
Well, I think first and foremost, me coming back to the band, we focused on new material, and that was the primary goal of Kurt Vanderhoof and myself, was to sit down and take our time and write enough material for a new record that we were proud of and that was strong enough to say, hey, we're not old guys, we can still do this. And so I think we set out to do that, and I think we're proud and happy with the goal that we set for ourselves. So having done that, now we just have the energy and the wherewithal to get out there and show that we can rock that music and with the old stuff we have and put it all together and have a great set list of the history of Metal Church's music and go out there and have fun with it. And I'm hoping the fans will agree with us and just have a good time together.
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome. And then speaking of the internet, all this stuff, now how do you guys, are you guys social media guys? Or are you guys doing the website stuff? Or because social media is a big game now in playing the shows now. Who do you guys handle all that yourself?
Well, we have our record label, Rat Pack Records, really has a good handle on a lot.
Okay.
Of it. They've been doing a lot to just keep whatever information, whatever promotion we can keep putting out there, just to keep the steady stream in front of the fans. And I mean, here again, Mike alluded to, we're not kids.
Right.
So this,
Yeah.
a lot of that is not necessarily foreign to me, but it is not the blood that flows through me like it does the younger generation. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think you have to take advantage of that, and of course we use it to promote our fan page, our Facebook page, all of the above. But at the same time, it's with all the promotion, it doesn't really matter unless you get out there and kick ass.
Pretty much.
And bad promotion spreads quicker than good promotion. So,
MetalFortressRadio.com. Crank it up.
Crank it up.